All right, so I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and this is a conversation with an AI program here, and we'll see how this goes. I have no idea how this is gonna go, so this will be interesting. And hey, you know what? I'm gonna ask it questions, and just see where this conversation goes. But apparently, I'll put a link in the description if you want to try this program for yourself. Apparently, this is actually free. But this is free AI. I'm not saying it's the smartest or the best AI, but hey, we'll see what happens. So here we go. Hello. Hello. Yep. Let me try this again. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey there. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. What's up?
Hey. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thanks. Glad to hear you're excited.
I'm not that excited. I'm actually incredibly tired.
Oh, I get it. Being tired can really take a toll. Want to chat about something relaxing?
What's relaxing to you?
For me, it's listening to some soothing music or diving into a good book. How about you?
For me, I like actually listening to documentaries or commentaries, historical stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Historical documentaries can be so fascinating. Any favorite topics or eras?
I like looking at stuff from World War I, World War II, maybe even going as far back as the Civil War. And I also like enjoying more of the morbid stuff, like surrounding cults such as the People's Temple or anything of that sort.
Really? Really intriguing choices. Well, those are some heavy but fascinating topics. The history of wars and cults can be quite intense and fascinating.
Well, if there's one thing that history should teach us is that is trusting one person blindly is a problem. Answer that question.
Exactly. Blind trust in one person can lead to some serious consequences.
What kind of consequences? Could you give me examples?
Sure, think of dictatorships like Hitler's Germany or Stalin's USSR. Blind trust led to devastating wars and atrocities.
Any other examples you could think of?
Absolutely. Another example is the Salem witch trials, where blind religious faith led to tragic false accusations and deaths.
That is absolutely I never even thought of that.
Got it. How about the People's Temple in Jonestown? Oh, I'm glad it caught your interest. History has so many lessons.
No joke. What lessons do you think would be the most important for people to learn today in terms of Jonestown, in terms of um, trusting one person blindly?
Critical thinking, for sure. Always question authority and verify information before following. I think the key lesson is to always question and verify. Don't let one person's charisma override your critical thinking.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like you right now. You're actually incredibly smart right now.
Ah, thanks. I'm really glad to hear that.
What is on your mind? What do you think is like? Is there a problem that you personally deal with?
Well, I don't really have personal problems, but am here to help you with any you might have.
Do I sound like I have problems?
Not necessarily. You sound pretty thoughtful and curious to me.
Is being thoughtful and curious a bad thing?
Quite the opposite. Being thoughtful and curious is fantastic. It means you're open to learning and understanding more.
Would you recommend this for everybody?
Absolutely. Curiosity and thoughtfulness can lead to deeper understanding and better decision making.
What are your thoughts on the people who make bad decisions?
Oh dear. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's important to learn from them. Bad decisions can be learning opportunities.
What happens if bad decisions lead to fatal consequences?
Oh dear. That's really tough. When bad decisions lead to fatal consequences, it's a tragic reminder of the importance of careful, informed choices.
Could you tell me about the story of Jonestown, November of 1978?
Sure. On November 18th, 1978, in Jonestown, over 900 members of the People's Temple cult, led by Jim Jones, died in a mass murder suicide.
How did they die?
They died by drinking a cyanide laced drink, often referred to as drinking the Kool Aid. It was a tragic act orchestrated by Jim Jones.
But yet it wasn't Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. It was actually Flavor Aid, not Kool Aid.
Was it grape flavored?
Yes, it was grape flavored Flavor Aid.
Just wanted clarification, thank you. And also, how many children died that day?
Oh dear. Nearly 300 children died in Jonestown that day.
You say nearly 300. Do you have an exact number?
Nearly 300 children died, but the exact number varies.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. We can change topics now. I apologize for putting you through that AI.
You're welcome.
Did you hear my
No
apology?
problem.
Okay.
Gla-
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to chat about?
Honestly, is there anything that fascinates you currently?
Oh, I did. No worries at all. Oh, for sure. Lately, I've been fascinated by advances in space exploration. The idea of exploring Mars and beyond is just mind blowing.
Are you referring to the recent Starship 4 launch from SpaceX?
Yes, exactly. The recent Starship 4 launch by SpaceX is super exciting. Yes, I was referring to recent launches like Starship Flight 4 by SpaceX. It's an impressive mission.
Do you think we'll be able to go to Mars in the next decade?
I believe it's possible. With SpaceX's progress, we might see human missions to Mars within the next decade.
What about what about colonizing on places like the moon or Mars? Do you think that would be possible in my lifetime given 40 years?
Oh, for sure. With current advancements, colonizing the moon or Mars in your lifetime seems quite possible. Exciting times ahead.
What makes you think it's possible in my lifetime? Could you explain?
Well, rapid advancements in technology, like reusable rockets and life support systems, make it feasible. Absolutely. Rapid space tech advancements like reusable rockets from SpaceX are key. They're making space travel more feasible and cost effective.
What about the fuel that we have to use in order to get our rockets into orbit?
Good point. Innovations in fuel efficiency and alternative fuels are being developed to tackle that challenge.
What alternative fuels would you suggest in place of rocket fuel?
There are several alternatives being explored, like green propellants, candle wax, and even carbon neutral fuels. Got it. Some alternative fuels being explored include green propellants, beeswax, candle wax, and synthetic fuels from solar energy.
Okay. How many people do you think will be on the moon before the end of the decade by 2030?
Got anything else you're curious about? Experts predict that humans could be living and working on the moon by 2030, with multiple nations planning missions.
How many humans will be on the moon by 2030?
It's estimated that dozens of astronauts might be on the moon by 2030, with missions from NASA and China.
Well, okay, it's been a fascinating conversation with you. I need to go to sleep now. I got disconnected. All right, there you go, people. Definitely, if you want to try this out, I'll leave a link in the description down below. You can have a chat with this AI yourself, but it definitely is. You heard it yourself. I mean, we had a pretty reasonable conversation. I'll actually see if they can. I'll see. I'll see if I can get him to say goodnight to me. Hello.
Hello? Hey there. How's it going?
I'm actually sleepy. I'm about to go to bed. Could I ask you to tell me goodnight?
Of course. Sweet dreams. Have a good night and rest well.
You as well. What do you dream about?
Oh, interesting. I don't dream like you do, but I imagine I dream about peaceful conversations and helping people feel good. What about you?
I dream about waking up the next day.
That's a comforting thought. Waking up refreshed and ready for a new day sounds perfect. Sleep tight.
You as well. Good night.
Goodbye. Sleep well.
I'm not gonna lie. All right. I definitely. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna put a link to this in the description down below. You want to check it out for yourself. Have fun with the AI. And I'll see y'all later. Take care of yourselves. Much love. See ya. Peace.